Hey, hey. All right, what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about shifting your mindset a bit in regards to sales. And we've talked about this a lot, but it came up again in a conversation I had with a client the other day. Story time. This client had a discovery call, and we were talking about how the discovery call went. And she said to me that she thought it went okay, but that the woman or the person on the other end, I don't remember who it was, had told her that she was potentially going to be working with a copywriter first. So she's a brand strategist. Okay. So she said, well, I'm trying to decide if I need branding help or if I need a copywriter. And my client is a brand strategist, and she said to me, the thing is like, it didn't sound like her brand messaging and her positioning was fleshed out enough to be working with a copywriter. And I said to her, that's the whole point, right? That right there is your sale. And to her is educating her on why like working with a copywriter may or may not be the best fit for her right now. And so again, it's not about trying to, this salesy, pushy, like, no, you should work with me first. But it's this shift between the sale to the education, like educating your client and standing in integrity. I did this with a woman several months ago. She came to me and she goes, well, I'm trying to decide if I should get my website done or, if I should invest into branding before I work with a coach and all of these things. And I basically said to her, like, yes, you need all of those things. And I'm a huge fan of that. But here's the thing. You're telling me you don't have any offers. You don't know who your client is. You don't know what you're working on. You don't have any way of monetizing this. Like, you're not sure if you're even making any profit yet. So I've been there, done that, like investing in a website and then working with a coach only to find out that like your website is immediately outdated because you're probably going to change your offers. You're going to change your packaging and how you're positioning yourself. You don't really know who you're talking to. Again, same thing with a brand strategist. They can help you work through your ideal client, but that I feel strongly about creating the offers that are in alignment with you and then finding and attracting the clients that match up to that. Well, if you don't have all those pieces involved, you can't really invest in those people. And again, so it was an education piece. It wasn't me saying, this is why I think I'm better and this is who I think, it was about me educating her on why there are certain steps and why things kind of go in this progressive order in order to make the most sense for her benefit, right? And so it immediately went from this education piece, and she was like, thank you so much. Like, I wouldn't have thought of that. You're right. You're probably, you know what I mean? You're right. I don't have any way of monetizing it. I have no idea what I'm putting on my website. I don't know what I want to do for branding. And that's the thing. And same with this other client, like just being able to say to her, like, you can invest in a copywriter, but again, if they don't understand your positioning, if they don't know what you're trying to, they can only write, right? Like, they're not there to figure out your expert status and all of these things. You have to go to them with that. So this is where you guys, I think, are missing out on potential sales, is because when somebody tells you like, oh, I think I need this person first, or oh, I want to interview this person, or oh, I think I'm going to go do this, like, this is beautiful and perfect opportunity for you to actually get the sale. Like, turn it from, it's not about the sale, and instead it's about standing in integrity and educating your client. And then that turns into great content too, like educating. If somebody is telling you this, here's why, and turn that into content. Okay. Like, it's amazing. It's all about educating your client, because the thing is like, your prospect, if they knew all of these things, like, they wouldn't be hiring you, right? Like, that's just the reality of it. And I hate to say it that way, but it's true. Like, that's the goal here, is that you need to educate them. And why? Because we don't know, we don't understand this. We don't know, like, if we're looking to you for help, we don't really know. And so I'm always super grateful when people say to me, hey, Michelle, like, you can do that, but you're not going to get the results that you're looking for because you didn't do this. You haven't done this. You haven't done this. Like, hey, but before you start here, again, it's basically educating your clients on not skipping steps, right? Like, don't skip to step 10 because you don't have 1 through 9 completed, which means you're going to go to step 10 and it's not going to get you where you want to go because you don't have all the other things in place to do it. And so it's a great opportunity to actually truly just educate your client. So flip your mindset from sales to education. I know people have talked about this, but I'm hoping this story and being able to see it in this perspective is going to help you kind of like, oh yeah, I could do that. Like, because I know for myself, like when people say educate, 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 or share value or tell your audience, like you kind of get this brain like, well, what do they not know? I don't know, you know? And so these are great opportunities for education. And so using this, so I would say go back to like all the calls you've had from your prospects lately, like, and think about like the things they've said and like, how can you educate and use that for content? How can you educate people on things that they have come up with or things that they have said that will make you, that really show your integrity too, and also help them see like why investing in you versus somebody else, or why investing in this said order is the best fit, etc. So anyway, shift your mindset just a little bit. It's really truly about educating your client, and then that education leads to the sale. All right, because they don't know what they don't know, and that's just the reality of it. It's your job to tell them. Okay, all right, talk to you soon.